Now at 9, how the community came together to support a local high school.
The new record store in the village held their first event.
Why doctors want you to get your booster shot before Thanksgiving.
And the latest is Tropical Storm Nicole slams into Florida.
Another beautiful day today, but colder temperatures are in store for next week. All that and more in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thank you for being with us. I'm Madeline Kerr.
And I'm Josh Hoover. The
community scrambled to Muncie Central High School with their wallets open. The senior class of 2023 invited vendors from near and far to take part in their holiday art and craft bazaar. This was a fundraiser to raise money for the class's annual trip to Washington, D.C. and New York City. The 5-day excursion has been happening for 12 years now, headed up by social studies teacher Julie Snyder.
Really just felt the need that the kids did not travel enough. I had several kids who had never left Indiana, and I just felt like, they need to know there's a bigger world than Muncie, Indiana, and so I started the trip for them.
The event featured about 70 vendors and saw over 150 shoppers throughout the day. From face painting to handmade earrings and even metal insects, these local businesses helped the class of 2023 raise about $2,000 to $3,000 for their trip.
It's very honoring. It's really cool to see everybody come out here and put donations in the donation box and to be inquisitive about what some of us seniors are doing.
The bazaar also helped out one of Ball State's own. Lydia Green, a student at Ball State, uses the profits from her chunky blanket business to pay for her tuition. She's on track to graduate debt-free from the university, a goal she's been striving for since she started her work in 2019. Muncie can look forward to more fundraisers from the class of 2023. Following the craft show, they plan to host a restaurant discount fundraiser as well as sell 5-gallon detergent containers. In Muncie, Olivia Sloniker, NewsLink Indiana.
This annual trip has been one of the biggest highlights for the seniors at Muncie Central. From Central Park to the Lincoln Memorial, this is sure to be something they never forget.
Locked Groove Records near the village hosted their very first show tonight from 6:30 to 10. Local Muncie bands such as Secondhand Denim and Golden Alley played during the show. Owner Celeste Outen opened Locked Groove in July 2022 after the building's former owner, Travis Harvey, moved his business, Village Green Records, to Alabama. Outen says she hopes the turnout helps bring music fans, both young and old, from the community and to highlight up-and-coming bands.
There's a lot going on in the Muncie music scene right now. There's a lot of different bands popping up, and I would love to be another venue for them to perform and for students and Muncie locals to come see what kind of talent we have here.
For more information regarding their next show, visit Locked Groove Records on Instagram.
Alpha Mu Gamma hosted the annual Harvest Fest earlier today in Muncie. The Harvest Fest is a multicultural celebration that offers free food and showcases performances from the Ball State language clubs. The event was held at the Community of Hope Church from 5:30 to 8 p.m. The host, Alpha Mu Gamma, is the National Foreign Language Society that focuses on spreading cultural awareness through its events.
Really just like a big community event. So we have a potluck, we have a bunch of different foods from a bunch of different cultures. For example, I'm Greek, and so I brought some Greek food today. We do have some Japanese food, Chinese food.
To learn more about future events, contact Alpha Mu Gamma by email at alphamugamma@bsu.edu.
After making a historic landfall as a Category 1 hurricane, Nicole has weakened back into a tropical storm and is now on the move, turning up north, where several states are already seeing severe weather.
As of yesterday afternoon, more than 300,000 homes and businesses were without power as crews worked to restore electricity and assess the damage. Meanwhile, the homes are collapsing into the ocean along Florida's coast, triggering evacuations. Chris Wynn has the latest.
Nicole is on the move after becoming the first hurricane to make U.S. landfall in November in nearly 40 years. The storm system weakening as it goes north.
There remains a risk for severe weather, including isolated tornadoes.
The threat of severe weather now stretching across at least 3 states. Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina bracing for possible tornadoes. Destructive wind and rain embedded within Nicole's outer bands. South Carolina already seeing the effects as streets in Charleston begin to flood. Back in Florida, the damage is widespread.
The back of the house has fallen into the ocean.
Some homes and buildings are collapsing into the ocean, triggering evacuations.
Honestly, just kind of shocked. So still haven't really processed it.
Hundreds of thousands of people are without power. Flights are canceled. Schools shut down. And in Lauderdale by the Sea, this portion of a pier partially collapsed. But officials say it could have been worse, saying Nicole's peak winds coincided with low tide, which limited the storm surge and flooding on the shore, sparing some beach communities.
There is significant coastal erosion right on the back of Ian, and now with Nicole coming through, there's a lot of coastal erosion, so please be careful, please stay safe.
In Florida, I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
Now let's move to Rachel for the weather.
We're sitting under dry conditions right now. We do have a few clouds moving into our viewing area, but take a look at this low pressure system sitting over Wisconsin, accompanied by this massive cold front just cutting its way through Illinois and Missouri right now. Now storms are starting to spark across this boundary, and the cold front will be bringing colder air into our area, and we can really see that if we take a look at our national map. If we look at Muncie, 60 degrees in Muncie, but 43 degrees in Kansas City, you can see that really steep gradient just cutting through Illinois and Missouri, and that colder air is going to start moving into our area over the next couple days. So I'll be tracking just how cold it's going to get, as well as a chance of showers tomorrow and possible rain-snow mix coming on Tuesday, all in my full forecast.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Too close to call. The power in Washington hangs in the balance, with some key races still left unsettled. Democrats breathing a sigh of relief as an anticipated red wave has not materialized.
Isabel Rosales breaks down the crucial races still up in the air, plus the big surprises coming out of the midterm elections.
We are thrilled at the unexpected high turnout.
Voters showing up at the polls and making their voices heard. Election day is over, but key races remain uncalled as the balance of power in the Senate rests in the hands of a few swing states. A stronger than expected showing for Democrats, blocking a so-called red wave.
Democrats had a strong night, and we lost fewer seats in the House of Representatives than any Democratic president's first midterm election in the last 40 years.
Still, Republicans remain cautiously optimistic about winning control of the House.
The American people are ready for a majority that will offer a new direction.
Despite the battle for control of Congress remaining unsettled, a big boost for Democrats in battleground Pennsylvania. Democrat John Fetterman defeating Republican Mehmet Oz, a Trump-endorsed candidate, in their race for Senate.
I never expected that we were going to turn these red counties blue, but we did what we needed to do.
And a significant win for Republicans in the Sunshine State. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis delivering historic margins in key Democratic territory like Miami-Dade County.
The people have delivered their verdict. Freedom is here to stay.
The critical Senate race in Georgia projected to go to a runoff on December 6th. The showdown between Republican Herschel Walker and incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock may be key to determine which party is in control. On Capitol Hill, I'm Isabel Rosales.
A Connecticut judge has awarded $473 million in punitive damages to Sandy Hook families. That's in addition to a nearly $1 billion verdict in compensatory damages awarded by a jury against Alex Jones last month. Chris Matai, the attorney for the Sandy Hook families, says he wants to make sure Jones pays every penny he has. Jones previously promised to appeal the original decision and said he did not have any more money to pay out. CNN has reached out to Alex Jones's attorney for comment on the new award.
Americans can mark Veterans Day by visiting a national park for free. The National Park Service is waiving entrance fees at more than 400 parks across the country tomorrow in honor of the holiday. The NPS is also offering free lifetime military passes to veterans and Gold Star families whose loved one was killed in service. The free passes provide access to more than 2,000 federal recreation spots, including national parks and wildlife refuges.
Veterans can also enjoy free or discounted meals tomorrow at a few locations around Muncie.
Riverside Cafe is offering free meals to veterans with proof of card all day. IHOP is also offering veterans a free stack of red, white, and blue pancakes from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And some fast food restaurants like McDonald's and Wendy's are offering free combo meals to veterans during breakfast and lunch hours.
The Muncie Common Market is also providing a community Friendsgiving tomorrow at 6 p.m. free of charge. Coming up, why doctors are urging Americans to get vaccinated before celebrating Thanksgiving.
And what pushed Twitter's chief information security officer to quit next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do.
Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Americans are being advised to get a COVID-19 booster shot before Thanksgiving.
Health officials say they are concerned about a potential surge of respiratory illnesses during the end of the year holiday season and stress the best way to be protected is to be up to date with vaccinations. Despite the push from the White House and others, most Americans haven't rolled up their sleeves recently. The CDC says less than 10% of the country has gotten the latest dose. In addition to a possible rise in COVID-19 cases this winter, government health officials say the flu has already been spreading rapidly in some areas.
Adidas has kicked Ye to the curb, but not his shoe design. The multinational company, largely known for athletic apparel, cut ties with the rapper formerly known as Kanye West in October, after his anti-Semitic tirades. However, Adidas owns the Yeezy line design rights, so they can sell those sneakers under their own branding. Officials say doing so will save Adidas roughly $300 million in marketing fees and royalties. However, some are critical of this move, saying Adidas should drop the shoe altogether because it will still have an association with Ye.
Twitter's chief information security officer has quit as scrutiny mounts over Twitter's future and the erratic decisions of its new owner, Elon Musk. Leah Kistner tweeted, "I've made the hard decision to leave Twitter. I've had the opportunity to work with amazing people, and I'm so proud of the privacy, security, and IT teams and the work we've done." Kistner did not publicly offer their reasons for leaving. Their resignation is the latest example of the internal turmoil that's rocked Twitter after mass layoffs there. It also reportedly coincides with the resignations of multiple other top Twitter leaders yesterday.
Wordle players, listen up. Changes are coming. The New York Times, the new owners of the game, say the game is shifting away from the original pre-selected words to include words that the paper chooses. Also changing, the answer. It will never be a plural that ends in S or ES, but you can guess plural words to help you eliminate possible words. On Monday, the Times' editorial director of games said the answer list will be curated, but players can still use any words they want while trying to solve the puzzle. The New York Times bought Wordle for low 7 figures earlier this year.
Take a look at this. A heat shield that could land humans on Mars is hitching a ride to space. A polar satellite designed to improve weather forecasting launched this morning, and an experimental heat shield that could land humans on Mars is tagging along with it. The two separate missions, both launched from Vandenberg Space Force Base in Lompoc, California. One will collect data that can help scientists predict and prepare for extreme weather events and monitor things like wildfires and volcanoes.
We saw another beautiful day today, but colder temperatures are in store for next week. I'll have all that and more coming up in my full forecast.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other.
On a deeper level. Father.
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward. Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. I'm weather forecaster Rachel Winalda. We're sitting under mild temperatures right now, 60 degrees in Muncie, 58 in Indianapolis, 52 in Bloomington. It was another beautiful fall-like day today, but those temperatures are going to start dropping here pretty soon. If we take a look at our forecasted temperatures, we can see all this blue, cold air moving into our area. 45 degrees in Muncie at 8 p.m. on Friday, 46 in Indianapolis. Still pretty mild as the blue and green gradient is still around our area, but as we keep moving forward in time, 8 a.m. on Saturday, we'll be sitting at 34 in Muncie, 34 in Indianapolis, and it really won't warm up much throughout the day. So we'll be seeing 38 degrees in Muncie and 40 degrees in Indianapolis for our high at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Now, the Climate Prediction Center has issued their 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and you can see the entirety of the country is sitting in below average temperatures with the exception of Florida. But all of our country is going to be seeing these colder temperatures as the jet stream starts moving more southward and bringing that polar and Arctic air into our areas. Now, speaking of Florida, we did have landfall of Tropical Storm Nicole yesterday morning. It made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane. It's now moving through Alabama and Georgia as a tropical storm, bringing flooding and rain as the primary threats. Now, that really won't be impacting us much here in Indiana. We'll be seeing a few of the outer bands really start to bring rain up into Muncie this weekend, starting tomorrow into this weekend. But tonight we'll be sitting at an overnight low of 53 degrees under increasingly cloudy skies. But I want you to take a look at the winds here. We'll be seeing winds coming from the southeast at 10 miles per hour. But if we go ahead and look at our Veterans Day forecast for tomorrow, winds are really going to increase. They'll be coming out of the northeast now at 15 miles per hour, gusting all the way up to 25 miles per hour. We also have a 40% chance of rain tomorrow. So with the wind and rain combined, the high of 61 degrees really won't feel that nice. So it'll be a little bit chillier tomorrow, so make sure you are aware for that. Now, as the wind starts moving from the northeast, we'll be seeing those colder temperatures really start moving, and you can see that on this temperature roller coaster that we've been riding. 74 was our high today and on Thursday, 61 degrees tomorrow for a high, but a 20-degree drop on Saturday with a high of 41. Sunday won't even break 40 degrees. Monday also at 40 degrees as our high. Now, it's been a while since we've seen these temperatures, so with an average temperature of 40 degrees next week, it'll be really good to start layering up and wearing long pants and sweatshirts under those winter coats. That's right, it's time to break out those winter coats for good. Also bringing hat and gloves and warm socks as you lose most of your body heat from your heads, hands, and toes. So making sure that those are warm will help you on your commute and your walk to class next week. Now we take a look at the rest of our 7-day forecast. Again, temperatures hovering right around the 40-degree mark, but these overnight lows dropping to 23 degrees Saturday night, 24 degrees Sunday night. We will have a chance of frost almost every day next week, and we do have a chance for some rain and snow potential on Tuesday afternoon.
Oh my
Goodness, Rachel, you're really killing me. I am not looking forward to breaking out my winter coat. I've been keeping it in the back of my closet. It's probably catching spider webs and dust bunnies by now, honestly.
Yeah, the warm temperatures were definitely nice while they lasted, and it's going to be sad to see them go.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I have to go find my scarves and my hats and gloves. I really
Dig
hid
through
those
everything.
away. I haven't
Absolutely.
needed them recently.
I know, and 70 degrees temperatures in November has been fantastic. Thank you so much, Rachel. Now we're turning to Bryce with sports.
Men's basketball head coach Michael Lewis is key to success in women's volleyball on a streak and looking to finish up their season. All that and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10. Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Bryce Dimsevich with sports. A new Cardinal finds the nest this year for the men's basketball team and looks to change this flock's mindset. NewsLink Indiana's Max Robson sat down with the squad to learn about the change.
Coming from the offensive powerhouse of the UCLA Bruins, first-year head coach Michael Lewis plans on making his new squad defensive-minded, and his new guys are all for it. Starting guard Demarius Jacobs notices the defensive improvement and believes Coach Lewis has something to do with it.
The same team added a few pieces. I think defensively, our pressure on the ball has changed. We just tightened up and just want to play a little harder. I don't know why, but it might be the coaching staff, but everybody just want to play a little harder than what we was last year.
Leaving UCLA with an overall record of 68-30 over 3 years, Coach Lewis looks to bring that winning mindset to Ball State with him. Looking to crush the 2-year streak of under 500, Coach Lewis shares his key to creating a successful roster.
You know, all the good teams that I've been a part of as an assistant coach, we're defensive minded. You know, you're going to win on the defensive end. You can control that. You know, there's going to be nights the ball doesn't go in, but you can control things on the defensive end. So,
even after a convincing win against RLM, holding the Quakers to only 39 points on 24% shooting and out-rebounding the squad 53-30, Coach Lewis knows there's always room for improvement.
You pick on our defense when you give up 39 points, but I felt like we gave up some offensive rebounds, some breakdowns, and some just guarding the ball that we can improve on.
Cardinals look to keep their defense on lock up against their next opponent, the Indiana State Sycamores, this Saturday. In Muncie, Maxwell Robson, NewsLink, Indiana.
As basketball looks to get their season going, Ball State Swim and Dive is well underway on the year. The men and women's squads will travel to Indianapolis tomorrow afternoon for a dual meet with the IUPUI Jaguars. The women enter the meet 1-2 on the year after a narrow loss to Akron last Saturday. On the men's side, the Cardinals head in 1-0 on the year after a dominant victory over Eastern Illinois. The meet is set to start at 4 p.m. As winter sports are off to the races, one race is coming closer to an end. Ball State Cross Country is set to compete at the NCAA Regionals tomorrow morning in Terre Haute. The Cardinals enter the meet after a ninth place finish at the MAC Championship, which saw multiple runners earn personal best finishes. Ball State will look to keep that personal best momentum rolling as they take on 32 other programs in the regional at 10 a.m. Hitting things over to the court, Ball State women's volleyball on their last road trip of the season with a 13-game win streak on the line. The Cardinals head out to Ohio tomorrow through Saturday to face the Bobcats in a doubleheader. BSU currently holds a 1-game advantage over Bowling Green for the first place spot atop the MAC Conference. The outcome of this weekend's matches are key, and the first serve can be found live on ESPN Plus on Friday at 7 p.m. Ball State women's volleyball is really rolling this year. They've had a great record of 21-6. They've got 3 games left in the season. How do you think they're going to finish up?
You know, I'm hoping they'll continue with this win streak, but thank you so much, Bryce. After the break, we'll take a look at our anchor picks.
And a final check at weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Today's a special day for dessert lovers. It's National Vanilla Cupcake Day.
Yes, the tiny treats are a popular way to enjoy a single serving of cake on the go. For those of you that don't know, cupcakes get their name from the way they were originally baked in heavy pottery cups. And vanilla may sound bland, but its origins predate the Aztecs in South America.
Wendy's has announced a sweet offering for the holiday season. The fast food chain has added a new flavored Frosty to its menu for a limited time, starting Tuesday. A peppermint-flavored Frosty will be available for order. Peppermint is Wendy's third new flavor of Frosty in the past 16 years. It replaces the strawberry flavor introduced in the summer. And now let's move to Rachel one more time for weather.
Again, we'll be seeing those temperatures really start to decrease throughout the week. We'll be seeing a high of 61 on Friday with that chance of rain, and then a high of 41 degrees on Saturday, a 20-degree temperature drop. And those overnight lows are really going to start to drop too, so make sure that you do have your blankets and your heaters cranked up in your house for those overnights. Again, that chance of rain and possible snow mix on Tuesday, nothing accumulating, but it will be cold enough for some snow flurries to start moving through the area. 45 degrees on Wednesday for a slight warm up, but then dropping again to 42 degrees on Thursday.
Not looking forward to those temperatures. That is all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us tomorrow morning at 8 for our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.